is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. It is that time of the week once again. It is time for Singles of the Week. This is a segment where I like to break down some of the newest tracks that I've dropped this past weekend. I'm going to give you my thoughts and I'm going to give them an official rating. Be sure to check them out for yourselves. They're all linked in the description down below for you to listen to yourselves and give your opinions on down in the comments. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with whom is one of my favorite trios to come out in hip-hop right now, and that is Group Therapy with their track GT. They really are messing around with some new, like, really hard-hitting sounds. Like, those 808s in this track they're thick. They are very, very fat sounding, and they're going along with like some smooth melodics dabbling into the immersion, as well as some saturated auto-tune, a bit derivative here and there, but it's not something that makes me feel like it's like a bit. It somewhat feels like a big inspiration from Playboi Carti and what he's doing right now, which is fine, but I wanted this to be a little bit more original on their side of things. I mean, you still get a little bit of that vocally, so you could argue that, but for me, I feel like there needed to be a lot more, but this is still a decent track. And then we got rapper Ghetts coming out with his full record. We're gonna be checking out Double Standards featuring Sampha. I do like the mixes of blues and hip-hop on here. It has a nice warm feel to it, as I really do like Sampha's presence overall, though I can't really claim to be static over Ghetts. I mean, just because in general I think it could really serve greatly with the song specifically to the full record. I'm not too sure yet, but I don't know, this one just kind of just like, once we get into those verses, not really that much going on, so Then moving on with Uncle Murda with this track Newest Safety, also came out with a full record, and this song is gonna be featuring Benny the Butcher and Aviator keys. It really sounds like it's coming out of the 2010s, so those folks that are of that hip-hop era, I'm sure you'll like this. I'd say I don't really find the beat that engaging. It sounds a little too flimsy for me. I get it's going with that like sorrowful black and white grit, that old school feel to it, but there's not really any texture in there, so not that great of a fan. And then Linkin came out with a new track, and this one's called Friendly Fire. Why does it sound like some kind of, like, it sounds like the jingle at the end of the Cat in the Hat movie. That's exactly what I'm getting off of this. So this is why I really just mainly prefer bands with deceased members to kind of just leave it be. I mean, usually what stuff follows after that. I mean, I acknowledge that this might have been finished, but the result is just generic, so no thank you, but R.I.P. Chelsea. Moving on with Novo Amor coming out with a new song. This one is called Same Day, Same Face. It's a different change of pace, leading farther into a rock direction, which is kind of exciting to see Novo Amor go towards. I really love Novo Amor, and seeing him start to explore deeper into this idea is just great. Like, this piece itself, it's going to be able to use some adjustments later on, and I think from here we can build on something really interesting. I just really think in this specific track the acoustic just sound a little bit too rusty for this style, but great hook delivery, not bad at all. Lil Durk is out with a new song as well, and this one is called Old Days. I am just done hearing all the disrespect, because when people say that street rap can't elevate what it is, that's just garbage, because you're just goofy for that. Lil Durk is just continuously proving himself time and time again, and this track only adds to that pile. This was outstanding, really heartfelt shit right here. He's spitting out his damn lungs, and he's just starting to like really just get down and vulnerable, being real all the time. Just like the education he's delivering, not condoning shit, not flexing shit, just stating that this is a life of a people that didn't really get the opportunity to choose a life. So I think it's important for rappers like that to really get that down and that message to spread across, because it's enough about the stereotypes about people in the hood. It's just disgusting. But yeah, great song. Next up is Maruja with the track The Invisible Man. This band is so beyond their capability with such a short uprising. It's baffling to see how well they can produce a genuine avant-garde sound with some chamber pop, coated with some spoken word, and it gives you that progressional experience that just builds and builds on motifs. Truly outstanding work, an immense piece from Murda. Moving on with Bleachers with his newest track, Me Before You. I think it's important to note Jack bringing on big-time Grammy Award-winning Swedish producer and composer Patrick Berger, and who I felt personally really brought a lot of insight to the atmosphere that the song delivers. This is one of the most perfectly tucked mixes I've heard from Jack, and definitely on this entire list in general. This is a gorgeous piece that mixes pop elements, jazz elements, a little bit of baroque, some acoustic elements in here with deliciously warm atmospheres. I mean, they are just to die for. Just a delicate song overall. Well done, Jack. And then we're gonna move on with Big Thief's lead singer Adrianne Lenker with the track Fool. I am loving the writing on this. Like, she had me shedding tears because of how amazing the string work is on here. It is gorgeous, and Adrianne is just starting to become what I see as one of those acts to come from a band as a leader that just comes off with their solo work to be so dynamic in general and all their pieces that they work on, and just become like bigger than what they are like as a vocalist, and it just kind of stands out way more as an artist. That's not to undermine anybody in Big Thief. They all come out with their solo work. I believe the guitarist does, but it's still good stuff. But Adrianne to me is a hard hitter. I mean, this is a band that's not gonna get too much commercial recognition, but they're on that level. They are on that level. I think Adrianne is peaking right now. I love this song. And then we got an artist I'm not familiar with, AUDREY NUNA, with the track Starving featuring Teezo Touchdown. This is some decent indie pop. I don't really know how much I'm really digging Teezo on here. There was things on here just didn't really connect with me well. AUDREY is a new artist to me, like I said. I think this is a decent first taste. I mean, she doesn't sound as different compared to other like heavily breathy vocal style artists that I normally hear. It's still nice, but it's just like it's not that unique, but overall the song's okay. Then next is Selena Gomez out with the new track. This one is called Love On. Very boring, very basic, very vanilla. I'm sorry, Selena, this was a forgettable song. This is not good. Then we got Clipping coming out with a cover of Jaquan's Tipsy, but with that horror rap clipping style. It's exactly what you would expect if you know what to expect from Clipping. So it's very out of this world and experimental to the style. It's a banger. I'm a GROUPLOVE with the newest track, Chances. This bops, dude. I love the splash of distortions that really fill up in the background. That punk aggression, it really adds bite to, while it's also giving you that indie pop sweetness as an aftertaste. It's nice. It's a really, really great track. I really felt like the contrast between these instrumentals is just very matched, very nicely matched. And then we got Saweetie with the newest track, Richtivities. She came out big with this one, production style. I wasn't really thrilled with what the result was. It wasn't really that special and unique to me. It's an exciting big budget hip hop track for sure, but and it sounds like it's just wrapped in all types of luxuries. I mean, it fits well, and it sounds clean and fresh and very vivid, but I don't know. This is just kind of just giving me the this is fine vibe. And also we got Allie X with the newest track, A Weird World, aiming for some 80s electro pop vibes that kind of failed to give me a well sounding lead. Like, the leads are not mixed in here well. I think it would have been much better to keep a more warm sound and bury this a little bit deeper into the mix. That's like my main gripe with it. Overall, it's decent. Next we got Justin Timberlake with his newest track, Drown. And dude, this is yet another decent track from Justin Timberlake, like well above average. I was not expecting to enjoy it this much, but man, the singing is pretty nice. Like, he is singing, man. He is putting it all out there on that chorus. It's decent. I like it. And we got Kings of Leon with the newest track, Mustang. And I mean, it's just another one of those tracks that just the fans will fall in love with. To me, it's just background noise. There's nothing really new or interesting really going on here. Nothing really catching my attention. And then for this week's reaction video, the track that I chose to react to is gonna go to the newest track from SZA. It's called Saturn. So be sure to wait to the very end of the video so you can go see that reaction. It's a goodie. You're not gonna wanna miss it. For the track, I will give a rating of a flame. Go check why. And to end off this week's singles of the week, the track, or should I say tracks, that I found to be the best on this list is gonna go to Burial for the tracks Dreamfear and Boy Sent From Above. So this might be considered an EP. I mean, technically based off the length, it should be. I just not really entirely sure. If we're just talking about Dreamfear, I think it already exceeds everything on this list anyway. But yet this is just another epic track from Burial and just epic pieces in general. I really thought the work with the drum sequences was excellent. It works so well with this experimental style of prog electronic music, and the phases with this song just really go through its colored varies, like very multicolored, but almost gives it like that tint of gray filtering that's like very thinly layered on the surface, because that's like kind of like the vibe that Barry really gets. He likes to play around with a lot of cool colors or a lot of cool sounds, but this was just something that really threw me off and I thought progressed very well. But then when we get to Boys Sent From Above, it elevates with even a more pleasant surprise going into 80s techno pop, which the switch up is just so riveting. It's fresh and it expands so well in its experimentalism while progressing through the entire track. The layering on both of these tracks is absurdly amazing. It's so good. This is why that this is the singles of the week. And that is it for this week's Singles of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below of what you thought of these tracks. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Deuces.